As the war in Iraq and Afghanistan wears on, so does the fight for many soldiers who have been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. Studies have shown at least 1 in 5 Iraq veterans suffer from PTSD. It's a disorder Spokane veteran Patrick Griffus has been suffering with for years. A diagnosis he says the Veterans Affairs Administration has refused to acknowledge since he was discharged. And KXLY4's Annie Bishop joins us with his story.
And Patrick Griffus says he is not the same person when he first signed up for the Army 6 years ago. He has tremors, terrible migraines, and thinks about suicide several times a month. Now, even with this, even though he's been diagnosed with PTSD, the VA has denied his claim to get compensation. He hopes by telling his story that will change.
Patrick Griffus always knew he wanted to join the Army.
I really just wanted to do something for my country.
His grandfather jumped out of planes in the Korean War. He wanted to go airborne too.
I signed up to be a 92 Romeo, which is a parachute rigger, and what that does is any airborne operations of soldiers or supplies needing to get into the battlefield, I pretty much packed the parachutes and rigged up the supplies for heavy drop.
Patrick enlisted during his senior year at just 18 years old. A few months later, he deployed to Iraq.
It was more exciting than nervous, really.
The excitement faded, however, during his 19th birthday. While in Iraq, he helped purify drinking water on base and went on a handful of convoy missions.
I told the guy when I signed up, I said, I don't want to kill anybody because it's just not in my blood.
Patrick was never shot at and he never fired his weapon. Even so, he says the convoy missions made a lasting impact.
When you're on the back of a Humvee and you have kids throwing rocks at you and they're coming 30 miles an hour this way and you're going 60 the other way, you know, it can kill you. And so you see like windows getting smashed all around you, but you don't really, like I said, want to open fire on kids.
He says he was forced to hit kids with sticks to keep them from stealing water.
It was rough. It was rough because, you know, you really do want to help these people, but at the same time you got to have water for yourself, so it's you or them.
Patrick only served 6 months in Iraq, but it was enough to change him forever.
It's constant, really. The pain is constant because you can't really escape from it.
Patrick suffers from tremors. He can't sleep and thinks about suicide several times a month.
I've thought at times, you know, maybe if I took my own life, it would help somebody else. You know, maybe if I took my own life, you know, it would help somebody that's in my situation, you know, and maybe get the word out that people are having problems when they come back.
In 2008, a doctor at the Spokane VA Medical Center diagnosed Patrick with post-traumatic stress disorder. Patrick then filed a claim with the VA to get disability. A disability rating would guarantee money for living expenses and health care for himself and his fiancée. His claim, however, was denied.
They think guilty until proven innocent, kind of, with the system that's set up now.
To get PTSD disability, the VA requires the veteran have a combat-related medal or fill out a stressor statement. Essentially, Patrick must prove and write in detail the events that caused his PTSD. Patrick says he's had a hard time filling out the required paperwork.
I think it's wrong. I just think that it's absolutely wrong that you're going to ask a veteran to detail, you know, his personal life-changing secrets just so he can prove that he has a problem that you've already diagnosed him with.
In a statement to KXLY4, the VA writes, "We appreciate that recalling painful memories is emotionally difficult. For this reason, it is usually best done under the care and guidance of a psychiatrist or psychologist who has the skills and training to elicit memories and help the patient cope with them." With the help of Adrian Wall with the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Patrick filled out that paperwork earlier this month. However, Patrick fears it won't be enough. He has to be very specific with dates, locations, and witnesses. Tracking down those witnesses, Patrick believes, may be impossible.
I was with people that I maybe knew for 15 minutes, and you would go on a mission together, and then after that mission, you'd go your separate ways.
Wall, who works with veterans every day, says Patrick is not alone.
It can be extremely daunting because you have the military who has not recognized them, you know, through combat awards as a combat veteran, but that doesn't change that they were exposed to extremely traumatic events.
According to Veterans for Common Sense, a nonprofit group based in D.C., 47%, less than half of PTSD patient claims are approved. That leaves thousands of veterans like Patrick who are still waiting or have been denied. It's a problem the VA has promised to address by changing the requirements for PTSD approval. Patrick just hopes it happens soon. He wants his life back.
It would be acknowledgement, really, by the government and by my country, you know, that they got my back after I got theirs.
And I just talked with Patrick about an hour ago, and he's been going to counseling sessions at the VA Medical Center here in Spokane. He goes once every 3 weeks. He says those have been helping, trying to get his life back and get on the right track, but he still needs those benefits, and we're told it could take a year, maybe two, to have his claim processed. Now, we want to make sure folks know at home that if you or know a veteran who is thinking about suicide, there is help, and the number is 1-800-273-TALK. If you didn't have a chance to write it down, we've put it all on our website at kxly.com. We want to make sure that there is help out there, even though it seems a little daunting right now.
And no one should be made to feel, though, taking their own life may help a situation.
Exactly. That is not the situation, and we want to make sure that you know, they get the help. You get the help if you need it, that you need, because it's out there, and then they're ready to help.
We'll see that on kxly.com. Thanks, Annie.